Hello everyone, how you folks doing? Happy Thanksgiving. Now this video is a part 3 of Oahu's Lost Eating Places. I did a part 1 and a part 2 and this is a part 3. So let's get started. First place I'm going to talk about is the Flamingo Restaurant. Everybody who's lived in Hawaii probably knows that. The Flamingo Restaurant chain was founded in 1950 by Stephen Nagamini, who bought the old Olympic Grill on Ala Moana Boulevard in 1950, changing the name to Flamingo. Now it moved to Kapiolani Boulevard in 1960. Nagamini also acquired the former Elliott's Chuck Wagon down the street in 1966, renaming it Flamingo Chuck Wagon. And I remember those places, especially the one, both places I ate. And this is I'm showing a picture now of the Flamingo on Kapiolani. Boy, their food was really good. It was a good place to go. Remember their pork cutlet, the teriyaki beef. Oh my gosh, just thinking about those food. And this is the Flamingo Restaurant now in Pearl City. I remember when I lived in Waimalo, that was my go-to place. It was close by. This is the interior of the restaurant. Now, because of the rail, business slowed down, and that's primarily the reason why they closed it down, because of the rail that came by and it slowed the amount of customers came by. I'm showing you some of the food. This looks like the chicken katsu plate. My favorite was the pork cutlet, and they had roast turkey. It had a lot of good things. Showing you a menu right now: roast turkey, hamburger steak. Oh my gosh, I could eat everything on that menu. Their food was so good. Showing a sample of some of that food and beef curry, and oh my gosh. Food is ono. Now the Flamingo Chuck Wagon, I remember that place too. A lot of parties over there. They had prime rib. Now, one of two Flamingo restaurants on Kapiolani Boulevard, the Chuck Wagon was outfitted in the Old West decor, a life-size Bronco at the door, and so walking into the dimly lit interior was like stepping onto the set of an old Western TV drama. Walls lined with cattle ranch paintings, vintage wagon wheels, and cowboy memorabilia. I remember, I think it was if I'm not mistaken, it was all you can eat. You can see the Bronco in the front of the restaurant, and it was all you can eat. And their prime rib was so ono. This is the dinner Chuck Wagon, prime rib and fried chicken. And we used to have a lot of parties over there. Chuck Wagon closed in 1998, and the original Flamingo in 2008. Restaurants were open in Pearl City, that's when I went to, in Kaneohe. And in the 1980s, and in Waipahu in 1990, but all have since been shuttered, and I think it's primarily, the one in Pearl City was because of the rail. Now the Flamingo Restaurants, a family-owned franchise, began in 1950. It was known for its comforting diner food and fruit pies, but the restaurants dwindled to just one fast food counter by 2015 and then faded away, sadly. Now the franchise is undergoing a revival headed by Keiji Lee, who bought the company from the Nagamini family 10 years ago. In addition to a family express at Moana Lua 99, which is also being closed because of Home Depot. I'll talk more about that later. The former 99 Ranch Market in Mapuna Puna, The two new outlets opened late last year in Waimalu and Waina. Probably go check out that Waimalu one. That sounds interesting. That's closer to where I live in Mililani. Now, but they're nothing like the Flamingo chuck wagon that nostalgia buffs most fondly associate with the brand. Now, next one I'm going to talk about is Bob's Big Boy in Mapunapuna. You folks remember that place? You know, that sign, closed for renovation, was there for the longest period of time. They had a fire, big fire. You see a fire chief there in the interior. Now, Bob's Big Boy, Hawaii, which closed its Mapunapuna restaurant after a fire in April 2009, has reopened under a new name in Waipahu Town in the former Sizzler location. Now that was also closed. And they changed their name to Bob's Big Bear Diner. Opened in Waipahu and Dillingham, but have since been closed. Next place I'm going to talk about is Coco's Coffee House. Everybody, a lot of people remember that place. Coco's Coffee House. Very popular place, always open. It was one of 3 Hawaiian-style coffee shops designed by the famous architect Pete Wimberly. The other 2 were Tops and Popos. It was built on the site of the old Coco Corner restaurant in 1960. The Hard Rock Cafe was later built at this same location. I remember the Hard Rock Cafe. The restaurant's 2 catchphrases, always open and gateway to Waikiki. I'm showing that on the matchstick book. Gateway to Waikiki and always open. Henry Louis. That's the next one I'm going to be talking about. Henry Louis and the small businesses in Mapunapuna were forced to make way for a Home Depot. Sadly, showing a picture of the Henry Louis. I used to go there, we'd sing karaoke, drink some beer. It was close to where Surfco. I used to work at Surfco as a service manager. And showing inside the bar. I remember the karaoke. A lot of times I went in there, sang karaoke, drink beer. Oh man, that was a favorite go-to place, especially after work at Surfco. Now, David Lokar, co-owner of Henry Louis, a restaurant and bar that has been at the Mapunapuna site since in 1980, but dates back to 1958 in Waikiki, said the forced shutdown affecting his 44 employees is sad and painful. Home Depot has been working for close to a year or longer on plans for a new store on 1.4 acres in Mapunapuna, once anchored by Asian grocery store 99 Ranch Market. I remember that place too. And now tenants have until July 15th to move out. So Home Depot is moving in. All these small places that gotta move out. Wow, so sad. Henry Louis, I so sad that place closed. I remember that place so well. It was a very popular place, especially for the Surfco workers. Now, first Keomoku's super block of eateries and small businesses closed, then Hale Ohana Marketplace. Now it's Moanaloa 99. While redevelopment can breathe new life into the neighborhood, it comes at a cost. The purchase of the Mapunapuna property by Home Depot has many longtime tenants scrambling to find new locations, while others have decided to close permanently. Again, that's sad. Oh boy. Wakon Restaurant is the next one place I'm going to talk about. There's a sign showing the Wakon Restaurant. We used to go there all the time too for lunch. Somebody said a sign posted said that they are looking for a new location. I hope so. If any folks know of the new location, please let me know. My favorite dish there was a roast duck and oyster sauce chicken on rice. I used to love to go there and eat that. Wakon has some good food, by the way. I really like their food. It's Hong Kong style. McCully Chop Sui is the last one. You guys remember McCully Chop Sui? Showing pictures of McCully Chop Sui now. Huh. Boy, another iconic place closed. So sad. More pictures of the McCully Chop Sui. You know, I was on the phone with my brother. He lives in Gresham, Oregon now. And we were talking about the Chinese food. And then my brother mentioned McCully Chop Sui. And he said he remembered McCully Chop Sui. I said, hey bro, that place is closed. And he didn't say a word. He was just quiet. But it's so sad because he has a lot of memories of that place when he was here in Hawaii, but now he's in Oregon. Showing some of the food that they served over there, McCully Chop Sui. I go to the McCully shopping center, and there's a place called Fukuyuan. Oh, they got the best lobster and Chinese food, Fukuyuan. If you ever go to the McCully shopping center, check them out. They got the best Chinese food, in my opinion. My wife is from China and she loves that food. Well, folks, that's it. That's the for part 3 of the Oahu's Lost Eating Places. If you can think of more, let me know. By the way, on that Wakon place, if you guys know of their new location, I would love to know that. I used to love to go there, especially the roast duck and oyster sauce chicken on rice. I missed that. But let me know if you guys know, any of you guys know where they moved to. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Mahalo for watching. And ahui ho.